Hello everybody, it's Anita here again with another finished junk journal, and this one has a collaged, paper collaged cover. I started with a base of book pages and used Mod Podge to adhere that together, and then tore out some scraps of some of my favorite digital images for focal points, and then fussy cut the butterflies and added those and sealed the whole thing with the Mod Podge. And then I like to run stitching from the sewing machine all the way around, and on the spine reinforce that with some crochet trim. And there you have the back side of that. Very pretty. And on the inside, I've done the same thing. I've used paper, different layers, different digital kits, fussy cut some butterflies again and matched those colors up, and then stitched on the underside. I used a dark brown, almost a dark chocolate colored brown in contrast with the white on the front. And I really love this digital paper, and I used a little bit, I don't even think you can tell on here probably, but I used a little bit of coloring pencil to brighten the colors just a little on the purples and blues. And then from another kit found this butterfly that I thought matched, fussy cut that. And over here, a little bit different take on some techniques that I've been trying to learn lately. And I worked on paper collage here and started with this as a focal point, and then I liked this embossed cardstock, the feel of that on the page, a little scrap piece of lace. And over here I had a book page that was shiny, and to cut the shine I just dry brushed on a little bit of acrylic paint, some kind of cream color and some white, and I liked the effect there. And here I've layered some book pages and a digital image and some paper bag. I just like the feel, the contrast between the different types of paper in the journal. And here I've stitched on a little scrap of sari silk. And over here, this was an agenda paper that I coffee dyed and folded over, put a piece of paper on it, and layered some more paper and a piece of crocheted trim. In here I've layered some digital papers, book page, some more of that embossed cardstock, and a piece of lace trim. And you can definitely journal on that and put that right back in the pocket. Lots of space for journaling and adding images into this journal. And here again, some more coffee dye paper, and I've just kind of collaged some scraps onto here. And this again is some of that embossed cardstock with a little bit of a fancy stitch, a blank library card that I collaged and stamped the bicycle and the flower, added the sari silk, and you could journal on that, and this pretty journaling card with coffee dye paper on the back goes right back in the pocket. Book page. This paper, I've torn out this part of one digital kit and fussy cut the bird from another and added the word inspire. And up here I just love this little spot of layering. I've got some muslin and some sari silk and a little scrap piece of lace. And in the pocket, a little journal with the label off of Penny's cotton twill tape. Can you imagine 8 cents? You couldn't buy that probably for $8 now, the way prices are, but back in the day, however old that label is, 8 cents for 3 yards. But I just put some stamping and some stitching and some different papers in there, and that little tiny journal can go right in there. It's a music paper, reinforce the area there where it goes into the spine. And this page, I love this page, anything with butterflies. I've got this from a butterfly book, layered it with some other book pages, did some layering here in the word butterfly, and then this just tips right out for extra journaling space. And this is a digital that I purchased, and I love her work. She does the eco-dyed papers, and then you can reproduce those digitally, which is nice for somebody like me who doesn't have the time or the skill to actually do all of that dyeing. But I've just layered some papers in again and across over here, the greens with the greens, and I really like that spread. And over here, I have a book page from a book about calligraphy, and I've layered this piece of paper. You can hide your journaling under there or journal on this, and a scrap piece from a dresser scarf, stitched that on. And over here, I like this stitching. It's very, very dainty, and I like the color. It's almost a teal, but it works in with these colors. And I folded it up and put another needlework, kind of a illustrated some of these stitches for needlework, and I made a pocket and made this envelope, and inside some coffee dyed paper where you can do some journaling. Layers over here on the agenda paper. Love this coffee dyed paper. Put that on a pizza pan and get those cool little circles on there. And then just tore a strip of coffee dyed paper, took a piece of twine, and just ran the sewing machine over that. And I really like the effect and the torn edges and the layers that it makes across here. And over here I have paper clipped this beautiful envelope that you can put something in or put it anywhere you like. This is the center of the signature, and this image came from a calendar about women artists in the state of West Virginia, and it's printed on a very heavy art paper. So if you had skills for drawing or painting, you could certainly use that nice textured paper for that. And that's the center of the signature. Some more of the back of that, some more of that nice textured paper, and again another tip out from a flower book, and I've layered some more book page and another butterfly and journaling space, placing images, whatever. Same over here. What I had done is folded the paper and placed that over the edge, and I've got another butterfly book, layered that up and inked the pages and more space to journal or add images. Here just layered some paper scraps and some thread, wound that around and stitched it on for some texture. And here again some of the illustrations for needlework. Love this little tag. It's a folded up book page. You could journal on that, and I've layered paper doily, some fabric, some stamping here, the word meditate, and layering of coffee dyed paper in this image, and fussy cut a butterfly. Fussy cut this little section of digital print down here. And over here on the coffee dyed paper, I've got a book page folded into a pocket and layered some more of that embossed cardstock with the bee image, and I love this tag. Just love this tag. I've got a piece of paper here, some embossed cardstock, and layers and layers. And my favorite thing about this probably is not the tag itself, it's this little add-on here with some torn muslin and this little scrap of vintage crochet, some eyelash trim for texture, and that pretty kind of a cranberry colored button that matches the rose. Just love that tag. And it goes right back in there. Some collage over here, love the colors. Fussy cut it from a scrap of paper, fussy cut the bird. And over here, forgot to put something in the pocket, but something can go there. I started with a base of book page to make the pocket, and then layered in some scraps of butterfly paper and the word joyful. And something can go here as well. It's got 2 pockets, book page. Here I've stitched on some of this pretty crocheted trim. It's got all the pretty layers there. Love the layers. This is some folded cardstock and washi tape with the butterflies on it. Again, some machine stitching. Another library card, stamped the bird, some embossing, and I folded 2 silk flowers over on this and added a little bit of sparkle on the tag, and they go right back in there. And because this planner had squares divided up on it, I remembered that I had a punch that was a square, so I dug it out and found some papers that matched and cut out 4 different papers there. And I like the layout, the matchup of the greenish blue here with some fabric that extends beyond the edge of the page to create the layered effect. Love this. Love this. I love the colors. I love the way all of these textures work together, and I left the threads there for added texture. But I've got paper and fabric, and I had these 2 green buttons still on the slimline card, so I glued that on, and you could put something here. And I love how this blends over to this page. Again, this was a shiny book page, so I dry brushed some white across it and cream colored, and then I came back in with a stencil and some of my inks and stenciled these designs in variegated colors of greens and blues, and I just love these 2 pages together. And over here, the back page, collage again, and I fussy cut the bird. This digital print, added a butterfly from a different kit. Again, hit some of these, brightened them up with some coloring pencil, and the back page. So you can see why I enjoy working on these. You got so many techniques for working with the paper. You're gluing, you're painting, you're using some coloring pencil, just anything that works, that comes out of your imagination. So I enjoyed making this journal. I appreciate you watching. Stay safe, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.